The number one regret that I have is that I did not walk out of that house that night.
What's up, everyone? I'm Yasmin Woodland and welcome back to my channel. So you all just heard that little audio clip that I got offline. Now, as you all know, the new Teen Mom OG season is actually supposed to debut sometime next week, and they were showing like bits and pieces and clips of what was to come. Now, in one scene, Amber was actually explaining herself to Gary that she just feels regretful that she did not walk out that night when she got into a huge altercation with her then spouse Andrew Glennon, and she was just stating how she has tons of regrets and she feels extremely bad that she acted out that way. And Gary was sitting there, he seemed extremely like understanding, and he was acting like he knew what she was talking about, because I would imagine he does know what she's talking about. And Amber has been through a lot. As we all know, Amber has been recently arrested due to the violence that Andrew Glennon was claiming that she had done towards him and the baby, and she has been in and out of jail for quite some time. Ever since she was even younger, she's went to jail, for several things, and drug abuse and things of that nature. So I don't really know what all goes on behind the scenes, but I can just comment on what I see first and foremost. And I think Amber is just stating that the reason why she reacted the way she did is because she has a mental disorder and she has a mental illness, and for some reason it's hard for her to kind of handle certain situations without lashing out. Now, I remember this scene on Teen Mom, and this is the scene, I think this was the very last episode, and she was explaining how she was, number one, she was in therapy, and she was explaining to her therapist that she feels like she's extremely on edge and that she just feels like she's going to snap at any moment. She just cannot control her emotions. She's extremely aggressive. She feels like she's literally about to just fly off the handle. I remember that. So I don't know. I keep hearing mixed things about mental illness. So I took it upon myself and I was just reading through a lot of articles, especially this one here. And this one states, is mental illness an explanation or is an excuse? Now, a lot of people feel like she doesn't deserve to be on the show, that she's a horrible person because she's using her mental illness as an excuse to actually harm other people, to talk down to them, to physically hurt them. And she does this with everyone that's in her life. She's done it with Gary, and she's done it with Matt, and now she has allegedly done it with Andrew Glennon. And I don't know, I have mixed emotions towards the situation, and I just keep trying to educate myself because I don't want to say something when that's not accurate and that's not the truth. Now, aside from that, she did seem calm in this clip, and a lot of fans were stating that they're not going to support Teen Mom after this because they feel like this is just, sending the wrong message to other people. Like, you can act crazy and use a mental illness as an excuse, but then there's other fans who actually still support Amber. She still has a fan base. She still has people, if you go to her Instagram, that likes her photos, and if she, puts up a photo saying that she's feeling great, and or she takes a selfie or anything like that, or a picture with Leah, there's still fans out there that will like her photo. And she had her comments turned off when they were initially on, probably because of trolls and stuff like that, but she still has people who love her, and people are trying to understand, like, why wasn't she taken off of the show when all of this went down? And I think it's because it's still an ongoing thing with the courts. Is still illegality, and I think the show does not want to end up like what they did to Farrah Abraham. Do you all remember what happened to Farrah Abraham when she released that adult tape, and MTV or Viacom, they literally fired her on the spot, and she had an entire lawsuit against them saying that was wrong. You can't just fire somebody on the spot without doing any sort of investigations. You can't just fire someone just off the rip like that, when there's contracts involved and everything like that. So they don't want to end up like them. And what I will say is I commend Gary and I commend Christina, because they have been there for Amber since day one. Despite all of these crazy things that she's done, they have been there for her, and to my knowledge, they haven't judged her or treated her any less than who she really is. So if you want to look at someone as like an example, look at Gary and Christina. They know she's done wrong, but they're still like, okay, well, we still need a co-parent. We still need to treat her like a human being because there's children involved. So I don't know what to think about this. Do you believe what she's saying in that clip about how she just feels remorseful? She wishes she would have walked out the room and that she's going to work on herself. She's a better better person? Do you believe in all this stuff? Will you tune into Teen Mom? I don't know if I will. Not because of Amber, but just in general, Teen Mom OG does not interest me. Just like Teen Mom Young and Pregnant, their ratings are rapidly declining, and they didn't even have a reunion, which I covered here on my main channel if you want to go check that video out, because I mean, no one's watching it. It's so boring. So I don't know. I might just watch it just to do recaps so I can post it on my channel for you all. But what do you think about this situation? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm Yasmin Woodland, and until next time, see ya.